Right, we're now live streaming and do the thing that I always forget to do. And record on this computer. Superb. We're now live and recording, gentlemen. So here we go. 3 men on a mission from across the stars to bring you the latest stories from around the nerd web. They are the legends, the hunters, the heroes of stories to come. They are the boys from Bossk. How about that one, boys? Come on. That's better. An intro.
You're getting better.
7 out of 10.
You've had 2 weeks to prepare that one.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make you guys happy, man. That's all I'm trying to do in this wild and wacky world that we currently live in, because it gets wilder and wackier every week. But I just want to ask you both a question, right? Does it feel like Marvel is now the standard for everything superhero-ish? Like after like Justice League, wherever it was, the Snyder cut came out. It was quite clear nobody else seems to be able to do what Marvel does. And just as an example of that, Mortal Kombat came out and you thought, martial art movies can't get better than that. But then what did Marvel do?
Yeah.
Today they dropped Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Booyah! Smacked down the wall. Already looks better. Already feels better. I could just smell the martial arts glory come off the back of it. Have you guys seen the trailer?
Yes, look cool.
Yeah.
It
looks like
amazing.
Reminded me of House of Flying Daggers kind of vibe.
Yeah, and a bit of what was it? There was a touch of Sleeping Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Is it Tiger?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Crouchy Tiger. I can't remember. But it looks pretty amazing. You know, it looks pretty cool. I'm totally in. I'm on board with this. But I've been on board with nearly everything Marvel. Are you guys feeling it again? Do you feel like Mortal Kombat, Shang-Chi, out of the martial art films coming out this year? Do you think which one will come out top?
I want to watch a decent film, Curtis.
Oh, Dave, you sound depressed. Is it been that long? Well, you watched a few things that made you happy, didn't you? You got Fast and Furious coming up. I know that's one of your faves.
Fast and Furious in space.
Yeah. And Fast and Furious Tarzan. I don't know. You got no. No, you're not feeling no. Okay.
Doctor Strange might turn up in that one as well, in the multiverse.
I wouldn't be surprised if Doctor Strange is going to be everywhere. And you know what? Before we get into the show properly, they've been talking about all the Spider-Men are going to be in the new Spider-Man film.
Yeah.
I was thinking, because Marvel had a show about all the effect Marvel Comics has had with people, and one of them was about Spider-Man Japan. Wouldn't it actually be really cool if they got the guy? Because I don't know if the guy who was Spider-Man in the 70s is still alive. But how cool would that be to get those two guys in an old Spider-Man, like Japanese Spider-Man, in there as well?
I think that'd be cool in like the animated one.
Yeah.
But I think 3 Spider-Man's enough for this one. Like, do you know what I mean?
It's already 2.5 hours long. I don't know. I think it'd be a nice touch just to have them in the background going, why didn't they invite us? We were here. Yeah. We're free. But that's just my thing. So, like I said, Chun-Li and the Ten Rings come out. Do you think there might be a bit of
Chun-Li? Yeah.
Shang-Chi. Oh God, I'm a racist. I'm sorry. I can't help it. It's just there's too much chi in it. There's just too much chi everywhere. And also, Marvel, are they going to get a bit of a rep as jewelry guys? Because again, it's 10 rings. Thanos was looking for 6 jewels, the Infinity Gems. There's something going on here, and I don't know if it's a theme that Marvel really should be continuing it. But that's
it's because it's Marvel sponsored by H. Samuel, so they do special limited edition signet rings at Argos. That's why.
Bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe.
Yeah,
that'd be the worst thing ever. You see the nerd who buys his girlfriend a Thanos gem ring, and it's like, oh, honey, this is for you. What's this? Oh, it's Thanos. You've had the same one in the movie, and it's a reality gem. That guy's either the luckiest guy in the world if she says yes, or that's just the end of a relationship killer.
She's fucking his dad. That's
now,
what I like about... Oh, no,
go.
No, just about the Shang-Chi thing. It's what I like about Marvel now is I had this thought today. Is Endgame is like the ultimate superhero movie, yeah. So they've done that, completed it, mate, completed it. So they're like, right, we're just gonna make cool superhero stuff, but like in other genres. So let's do horror, let's do martial arts.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm actually a bit excited for now. I don't want to see the same, team up stuff sort of thing. I want to see, superhero stuff, but I want to see let's see a rom-com, let's see like everything, like horror.
We had WandaVision.
Yeah, yeah, we have, haven't we, I suppose. But like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the fun thing now. It's like, cool, superhero things are a thing, but that doesn't mean you have to be, doing superhero-y stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just what I thought today. That's why I got a bit not excited, but it's like I was a little bit. I mean, I'm a guy who reads comics. I like superhero stuff, and if I'm getting bored of this, other people must be getting a bit, not even bored, but oversensitized in a way.
Yeah, I think that's always the danger, but I think that's the strength in Marvel as a brand overall. Because when they came along, when Marvel really took over the whole scene, especially from DC, they did something different with the characters. You know what I mean? They were a bit more goofy.
Yeah.
They were a bit more cheesy sometimes, but they were always a bit more grounded. Like Spider-Man touched on drugs, Power Man dropped in on racism, Black Panther, Fantastic Four. They all had a touch of reality about them, and I think that's why Shang-Chi may just stand out a lot more than he did in the comic books anyway, because it's different. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm watching it, I'm like, who are you? You're a badass. I wouldn't want to fight you.
Yeah.
And that to me is amazing. The guy who's playing let me see if I can get his name right. The guy who's playing Shang-Chi, his name is I can do this. Simu Liu, right? And he was in what was the show we were talking about beforehand, Dave?
Inconvenience.
And how much of a shot is this for him? Do you know what I mean? He's going straight from like pretty much a daytime TV show, comedy show, into this. It's like anybody that gets touched by Marvel's getting made into a star now.
Yeah.
And that to me is pretty cool. That movie's going to make $1 billion. And I reckon it will do well in China, as long as they don't make the mistake that they did with Mulan, which was to make it in the same province where they're torturing people. But we'll see. Maybe Marvel can handle that better with this. I don't know. I don't know.
There, right?
I won't get too far into the politics of that, but yeah, that could be an interesting dynamic. But I really, really do hope it's a big hit. And, we'll see where it goes. Now, moving on, as you do. Dave, I gave you an assignment a couple of weeks ago. I know you're not big on the animation these days. Invincible.
Yeah.
Mike, I'll come to you in a bit, but I'll get Dave's opinion on it first. What did you think of Invincible?
At first, I thought it was very 80s Batman style of cartoon. Like Batman, Spider-Man sort of style. I went and watched it, and it's very good, very gory.
Wait, did I hear you right?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Oh, God damn.
First time for everything, eh?
I like the 80s Spider-Man cartoon, so it's very that style of cartoon.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there. I enjoyed it greatly. I don't know how,
and the story is pretty good as well, with the dad and the mum.
Yeah.
Get a sneaky bang in there, and son walked in because he won't leave home.
What did you think of the change in because it starts off like, I think it's the same animators that did Justice League, so it starts off quite wholesome, and quite clean, and then about halfway through, there's just blood and guts everywhere. Like, literally, I think, what was it, the second episode? I can't remember, but at some point it just switches.
That was the end of the first episode.
It was the post-credits bit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where he just completely destroyed
everyone
in like, and then it was just like, wow. Because I was a bit like, oh wow, this is all right, I'm enjoying it, and then I was like, yes,
literally just destroyed everyone to bits.
Mate.
And Invincible was one comic book I never bought. I knew it was out there, and I wish I had, because the price of those has gone right up.
It's gone mental.
Because I think the first few issues, there weren't that many it wasn't a huge seller. So it's one of those rare comics now.
Yeah, it's like Image don't print a lot because just in case because they're a small company, they can't afford to take all the back and pulp them, can they?
Yeah.
So it was like, you're paying stupid money for it now.
And that's Kirkman's second big hit because he was also the guy that wrote Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So he must be one of the most successful comic book guys out there at the moment.
Well, yeah, because he owns it all, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing with Image. Like, you actually own what you write.
Mm.
Not like Ed Brubaker throwing all his toys out the pram.
Yeah, I saw that story this week. Did you what was the whole shebang with that?
Okay, so he was on Kevin Smith's podcast, Fat Man Beyond. And it was like, oh yeah, talk about Winter Soldier, and then he was just like going in on one, and he was like, yeah, this multi-billion-dollar company, like they could just give me a bit more money. And he was in the Winter Soldier, and he said that he earns more money through his residual checks from being in it than he ever did for creating like the Winter Soldier and all those stories. And like there's millions of dollars, if not billions, been made off this stuff. But that's the aim of the game. You're playing with someone else's toys at the end of the day. They're not really your toys. Even if you do something with those toys that is cool, you don't necessarily own them.
Somebody else's train set.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like he's done well. He's had a whole career of writing his own stuff. But he was like unleashing, and it was I was like, oh man, is he going to regret this? Let's just say he's not going to be writing any comic books at Marvel anytime soon.
You know what? I would say this though. I know it's somebody else's toys, but I would say that Marvel and particularly Disney need to get their house in order a bit with the way they treat writers.
Yeah.
Because they've made a lot of money. Like all of us have seen a Winter Soldier, and the Winter Soldier sort of became this like tent peg for Marvel. Big character, big movie, made a lot of money. Yeah. And him and Bendis, I think them two alone account for like a lot of the stories that popped up that Marvel have made movies about or characters they introduced. And I know it's Marvel's characters, but Jesus Christ. Do you know what I mean? You're not even giving a man a nibble. You're not even like...
But I mean, this is the game. You've signed the contracts. You've been paid to do this work.
You like my boss.
Yeah. No, but like...
he dangles golden carrots in front of me as well.
But I mean, but it's the whole reason. It's the whole reason Image comics were created was because of this. It's so that you own what you create and what you use, and it's fine. It's like, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I think they should be paid more, particularly as comics now are pretty much storyboards for what become films later on. Even more so now, isn't it? So I think they should be given a little bit of a, there should be like a clause or something in some your contract, like if this is used, if your new idea or original idea is used in film property, you will see this is what they should be doing now. You should be getting, I don't know, a percentage, like 0.5%, and 0.5% of Endgame, I'll take that. Like I think that's what should be going forward.
I agree with you. They should just be a little bit nice. It's like even like, because first down the road, I think there was another story that came out about Disney where the writers of Predator.
Oh yeah, they're suing now to get the rights.
They might lose the license to Predator, and I'm like, that Fox purchase is looking a bit raw every day. Every single day, it's looking a bit more raw. I know they're going to cover the money, but it's like they bought Fox, lost Sky. They've got this. Lots of people angry at them. Like one of the guy who wrote the sequel book to Star Wars, he's upset because he didn't get no money from that. And Disney are refusing to pay anybody that wrote books under Fox. And then now the Predators, they just got hold of it. They were just about to, I know they were going to release some comic books, and they could lose the license. It's like, ooh.
Wow.
I doubt they will. I figure they'll pay the money.
Yeah, exactly.
They always do. But still, that purchase might be like, were the X-Men really worth it? Did y'all see New Mutants? That was the best they could do? Motherfucker.
You was ranting and raving with that with our last show.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good young adult movie. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't X-Men First Class, which is all right. It's not the best. The X-Men films to me have never been that great.
They've never been that good.
They've been all right, but they just didn't get the
movies.
X-Men. Yeah, they didn't get the X-Men. They turned them into like daytime soap operatic TV show stuff.
They did with the Fantastic Four
Wolverine's hot. Wolverine's your handsome, misunderstood hero. Cyclops is your jock. Jean Grey is just crazy, and they didn't do much with the characters. And I was about to swear, but what they did to Storm, what happens to a fox when it's struck by lightning? What happens to a frog when it's struck by lightning? The same as everything else. I waited the entire movie for that line, and that was it. And they done that to in a very first outing in the X-Men film. And after that, I was like, that's it. I'm done. There's not much there for me, is there? And I'm sorry, why would you send Wolverine up against Magneto? That's just about the dumbest thing I've ever heard of anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Wolverine, metal, but yeah. But anyway, they never quite got it. So we'll see what happens as it moves forward. Sorry, I got sidetracked there, boys. Do apologise.
Didn't you? You sound like on a Saturday night.
Invincible. So, like, are you guys with the story? You down with it? They made a few changes from the comic books. I've never read the comic book, but I think they've got a really cool balance.
It's a really good cast.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons for the win, man. I swear, whenever that guy's in something and he's got a moustache, I know I'm going to like it.
Because he's actually playing Invincible, isn't he?
Yeah. And again, solid moustache game in that, So, yeah.
After he got screwed off by Snyder, like, do you remember when he got really fit for Batman?
Yeah.
There were pictures of him all over the net. He trained so hard, and then literally he's in the entire film for 5 seconds. And I think even a Snyder cut. Was he in the Snyder cut much?
Yeah, he had a couple of extra bits where they're talking about, like...
But no fight scenes. There wasn't like a scene where it's like that training was justified.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Oh, wow. I was like, wow, that's just harsh. That's harsh. But who else has got in it? It's got the guy from Star Trek in it, Stephen Yeun.
Got the guy from
as
the
Mark
League
Grayson.
as well.
Which one?
The guy from the League.
I thought it was the guy. Oh, is it?
Ooh, Zachary Quinto's in it.
Yeah, he's the robot.
Bastard robot.
And they got
who's the old guy with the like their version of Nick Fury? Who's that one?
That's Walter Goggins, isn't it?
Oh, here he is.
Justified and stuff, isn't it?
Oh, he's good. I like him.
Oh no, it's Glenn, isn't it? Glenn.
It's
Glenn from Walking Dead, isn't it? Who's Invincible.
I thought it was oh shit, I'm so racist. See, there's no excuse for this. I thought it was a guy from Star Trek.
It's a very big cast. They're like proper actors and stuff.
No, I've got to sort my game out, man. That's horrible. That poor guy. You might hear this podcast like, you mother. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's Mark Grayson. Which in the comic book, I don't think he's actually he's mixed at all in the comic book.
Is he not?
No, I think that's the change they made for the animated, which is quite cool. So yeah, they made a few big changes, I think, between the book and the story. I may get a couple of issues in comic book just to watch it, but I'm loving it so far. I didn't think I would, because after Walking Dead, I was like, it's a soap opera about living with zombies. And that was it after the third season for me. But this looks like it's got some chops, and hopefully it'll carry on for quite a while.
That's good. It's enjoyable.
Yes.
I think it has all the comic value. It's gory. It's got a bit of everything.
Like I said, the same animators as Justice League. That's why I think the violence looks so stark, because you never saw anything like that in any of those animators. And it's like, did he just punch his head off?
Well, they've literally been given free reign, haven't they? It's like 8 and 18 certificate the first episode.
Yeah, don't let your kids watch it. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Do not let your kids anywhere near this. Otherwise, it won't end well.
Well, what about when Omni-Man goes back to the home planet and he's just like, yeah, cool. He just literally blows up the whole planet, keeps some scientists hostage so he can go back home, and then he just like evaporates them. I was like, he's like, yeah, you don't see Kal-El doing that, do you?
And nobody asked him, like, how'd it go? You've been gone for a while. What'd you do? Why'd you go for so long?
No, but he hadn't.
Do you
he
know
hadn't
what I
been
mean?
gone. No, because the time ran different, didn't it? So he'd only been gone a couple of minutes. But it was like 2 hours. It's like 2 years in their time, or whatever.
He's done it. I like it. I did like the funny, like, and all the heroes. They remind me a bit of the type of heroes in between the boys type characters, because none of them are particularly nice. Especially the new batch they get off the super team, their Avengers Justice League killed off. All the backup lot aren't particularly nice people. But I did like, I don't know why, the little pervy one who slept with a triplicate girl.
In the first episode.
Huh?
It was hilarious.
They keep getting destroyed. I don't think they've won a battle. Omni-Man's the only one that's actually won a fight outright in this show. Everybody else has got their ass handed into them.
Mm.
I don't think they've won a fight so far. But no, I'm so pleased you're enjoying it, Dave. Do you think you'll carry on watching it?
Yeah.
Yay! Mike, you going to stick with it? Or is that a silly question?
Yeah, no, I will do. If he gets shit, I won't.
You
I
never
don't
know.
think you'll get shit.
It can happen sooner than you think. Right, so because it's quiet, there isn't much news going on. Except for game. I know gaming. I haven't been gaming much, but in terms of gaming news, I know Dave, you own a Mac. Mike, do you own a Mac, or you Mac or PC?
PC.
Older Xbox Cloud Gaming's coming to the Apple Mac tomorrow. Dave, can you see yourself jumping into Xbox Game Pass? And
I'm not being funny. I haven't turned the Xbox on in like 3 months. Ever since I've gone back to work, it's just another ornament in the bedroom.
Well, on that bombshell, that's
there been no good games out for ages.
There hasn't, but everybody's been saying
that was the last good one I brought.
But it's because there are no good games out there at the moment. Everybody is waiting to see what happens in terms of console supply, because all the new consoles coming out and all the investments going into next gen games. So I don't think you're going to see any big releases. You'll see lots of indie games coming out.
Games yet again.
Yeah, you'll see lots of indie games coming out, lots of franchise games. So I think Resident Evil's next one, Village 7, that's coming out. That's going to be the next one, and that's going to be about it. I don't think you're going to see any big releases, maybe until the end of the year. And they're all slagging off the PlayStation 5 online. I don't know why it's happened. I don't know what PlayStation did to upset them.
But it had a major update, didn't it? And it
had an update.
It was poor.
But they were slagging it off. I think something about how the Xbox is more powerful. I don't know how much powerful the Xbox can be, because there's no power games on it, the new consoles at all. As far as I know, Cyberpunk was the only big release for the next gen.
Yeah.
Is there any big games that come out for PlayStation 5 or Xbox? There's nothing. So I don't know how people are measuring its power. But obviously the onliners are all upset at PlayStation. So what effect that'll have in the console wars, I don't know. And to be quite honest,
a little kid playing Fortnite somewhere, isn't it? Running a bit slow.
That's when I felt old. When Fortnite came out, I took one look at it and I went, what is this? I don't get it. Why? Well, how about you guys? Was there a moment when you went, have you played Fortnite?
I had that with Minecraft. I was like, what the hell is this?
I don't like playing online because I don't play games enough. So you like get a game like a week late and people are already like just killing you left, right, and centre.
Destroying you. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you're like, oh, this isn't enjoyable. There should be like different leagues. There should be like how many hours you played, and you just play with those people.
Old man league.
GTA, it just gets battered.
No, people with lives league is what I want to call it. Because like honestly, it's like the average. All right, this month you've played an average of 4 hours. You're in this league, all right, and then this month you've played an average of 20. You go into the next league. It should be like that, not just like this free for, and then you got some 12-year-old kid from South Korea killing you every time.
Yeah, Call of Duty, it's just like we've got nothing. They just batter.
Yeah, that's why Fortnite doesn't interest me, because I just know I'll be there. I'll just keep on respawning and just getting annoyed.
That's why I got kept on.
The only game I play at the
swearing all
moment
the time.
is what's that? You got banned because you were
I
swearing.
got banned off Xbox for swearing, didn't I?
Did you actually?
And leaving nasty comments on people's profiles.
Did you one of them? Jesus Christ! I do game still, but I just don't game as much as I used to. I can't justify the time. But my game at the moment I play Stellaris, which should be the most boring game ever, but it pulls me in every time.
Because you're old.
Yeah, it's because I'm old. It works at my pace.
Yeah,
the only TV show I've seen this week outside of Invincible and the other show we'll talk about in a moment was Netflix Dad Stop Embarrassing Me. Now, Jamie Foxx is a well-known comedian.
I watched the first episode of that.
So did I. Jamie Foxx, well-known comedian, right? Why everybody's been comparing him to Will Smith. He has a massive range. He can do bad guy, good guy, whatever. What he can't do
They've got the same career. They sing,
what he can't do
dance,
is comedy
movies.
on a sitcom. I was surprised that Netflix commissioned this. I've never seen something so shit in a long time and so disappointing. I don't know how you felt, Dave. And Mike, you don't have to bother watching it. I don't know if you're a big fan of the Fox.
I didn't even finish the first episode. I was literally going out of the shower and I put the telly on because I thought, you know what, I'm just sit here and dry.
It's awful.
And it was terrible.
Because I'm an atheist, right? And I'm watching it. And the first episode, the daughter decides she doesn't want to go to church anymore. And it does what every single, I think, if I ever go to America, I don't think anybody's going to invite me around their house. Because clearly, Jamie Foxx is one of those people that people think people are atheists because they're angry at God. And the entire episode is just an embarrassment of riches. And it's not funny. It's not funny. So stay away from that on Netflix. It's rubbish.
Unless you want to see Jamie Foxx in white tight jeans.
Yeah. He's not. He's just. I'm sorry.
No,
Jamie Foxx. I've always seen wherever I've seen him, he's been funny. This he just wasn't. So you can jump past that one. I may try a second episode. I don't know, but we'll see. Right, boys, it's that time. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or should we just call it New Cap and the Winter Soldier?
I think just Falcon will work.
I think last time we met, we spoke about episodes 1, 2, and 3, and now we'll watch 4 and 5, right?
Episode 1 and 5.
Yeah. What did you guys think of the episodes so far? It's been a good build up. The last episode in particular felt like a bit of a lull, a bit of a slowdown, a slowing down of pace. The budget really started to show, if anything, over the last 2 episodes. Not in a horrible way, but you could tell it was a TV show as opposed to a movie in some parts of this. But it might also have been the COVID thing, because there were various scenes that didn't like. One scene they're in the middle of a forest having a chat. Another scene they're in like a very empty
rundown villa.
Yeah. What did you guys think of it so far? Has it been, especially taking into account WandaVision? We'll go with you first, Mike. How did you? Is it still you still feeling that beat?
I mean, I'm enjoying it. Just not sure whether it could have not just been a movie, in a way. It feels like there's a lot just not happening. Like you said, like I think, with WandaVision, like there was like this slow burn, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And then it felt like every episode was like, oh wow, well this, and this. And then which is like with this, it's like I'm just a bit
keep you hanging on.
Yeah, it's just I know what's gonna happen, and I don't think I'm gonna be overall surprised. I'm hoping that's gonna be different.
Yeah.
But we know he's going to be Captain America. He's obviously got some new wings, hasn't he? Yeah. And a new cap suit, sort of thing. So that's going to be
the comic book where he said to the guy, "Keep the wings." He becomes the Falcon.
But he's still going to have
some sort of wing.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like he's not
no superpowers.
Yeah, because he needs. Yeah, because he's not got the super serum, hasn't he? So, I think my favorite thing is just seeing, Walmart Captain America just slowly descending into madness. Yeah, man. I like that bit where he's just like making his shield just out of scrap.
All these
Just
Medal of Honors and everything.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting he's Kurt Russell's son as well.
Really?
Yeah, I keep forgetting that he's Kurt Russell's son.
You see it with the sideburns, don't you?
Yeah.
Whenever I catch him like on the side of the sideburns, I'm like, oh yeah, Kurt Russell. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I like seeing him, not actually seeing him, but like take someone's head off with the shield. I think that was a good moment for him just to lose himself. I did like the fact they killed off. Is it Battlestar?
Yeah, so I thought that was a bit.
Yeah,
I think they could have brought him back and gone, he's not actually dead. But I know with Marvel they like to push the drama. But that seemed just a bit like, hold on a second. What, are we in the 70s again?
Yeah.
The black guy's gone.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I guess it wouldn't have had as much impact.
No. I mean, and it's, like I say, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm just not like its number one fan.
Yeah. How about you, Big Dave?
Yeah, I'm with Mike. It's okay.
I think you need to move closer to your mic, Dave, because
it's a very slow burn, I think, because it just keeps changing story to story to story. There's like 7 different stories in it. Now, what's happened to Sharon Carr? She just disappeared yet again. Everyone, is she a goodie?
Yeah,
we don't know.
Everyone thinks she's the power broker, don't they?
Yeah, but then they're sending Zemo down to the prison, and then he's going to become something else, isn't he? In the prison.
Oh yeah, that's the Thunderbolts.
And then you got the Black Panther story coming in.
Yeah.
Well, there's just so much going on, and there's like an hour left.
Yeah,
no,
it's...
there.
Go on, sorry.
I reckon that Sharon Carter's working for Nick Fury, and I don't think we're going to meet the power broker. I think
we've met the power broker. I think that woman was the power broker.
Carter, or the other? No, I don't.
The woman that met
Contessa
in America.
Contessa. Yeah, I don't think she's a power broker. I reckon it's somebody else who we're not going to be told who it is yet. But
Sharon
I reckon
Carter's
Sharon
going to be double
Carter's
agent. And it's going to be Hell Hydra.
Well, yeah, Sharon Carter's going to be double agent, but I reckon she's actually working for Nick Fury.
You reckon Nick? Sense. Yeah, and Nick Fury's the power broker.
No. I reckon the power broker is a completely different character. And I think this might tie into.
You reckon it's the little German girl
Secret Invasions? I know. I reckon it might be a Skrull. We never know. I'm not going to speculate that much, but Valentina, I reckon she's going to end up taking the place of not Hydra, but I think she'll be working for what's his name, who we haven't seen, Spider-Man's old nemesis.
What, Osborn?
Osborn. And there's a connection between her, Spider-Man, Osborn, all that type of stuff. Because she's old Cap is going to become part of the Dark Avengers, right?
Yeah.
Which is different from the Thunderbolts. So I reckon that's where that stuff's all going. So she's recruiting the Dark Avengers.
Thunderbolts.
Dark Avengers. And Zemo will be Thunderbolts.
Yeah, definitely.
Who controls the raft?
Thaddeus Ross.
The guy that had the Thunderbolts. Yeah.
Thunderbolt Ross. Oh, that's a giveaway.
His name is the Thunderbolt, isn't it? Yeah.
What about Dave? What's been your favourite moment of this so far, then? Or moments?
I don't know. There's been a few. I like Captain America going battleship crazy. I thought that was hilarious because he just lost his shit. Totally lost his shit. But the fight is very Civil War when he fought the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Very Civil War, that one, with like Tony Stark and Winter Soldier stuff. But yeah, it's been a bit of action. It's been all right. It's not like WandaVision where you kept you guessing on your toes every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose because it's quite formulaic, isn't it? You can kind of, you're not as like, oh wow,
I still don't know how he can catch the shield because there was only people with superpowers that could catch the shield, and suddenly this normal human could just catch it.
Well, no,
100 miles an hour.
Thingy was able to. The fake Captain America was. He didn't have before he had the serum.
Yeah, I slightly agree with Dave. I think they could have done a better job of presenting that though, like having at least wear some sort of gloves, absorbent gloves. Because if that thing's embedding itself into a tree, it's gonna cut through Sam's hands. Like,
and he's catching it with one arm. It's like, doom. I'm like, really?
Hopefully that suit will make it easier for him that he gets. For me, I am absolutely loving the fact that Marvel went there with the Black Captain America.
Yeah.
And they did it in a way that it's been interesting to watch, not sort of woe me. Like old Cap, Isaiah Bradley's just like, don't care. This is who I am. This is what happened to me. Anybody willing to carry that shield? They've put some conflict in there for Sam. And I think it's just been superb to watch. I never thought Marvel would go there.
Yeah.
And they did. And they just don't seem to care. They're not scared. They're not worried. They're like, we went there. Oh, we've got a Black Captain America. Come on, YouTube. Fuck with me. Huh? Show me what you got. Huh? Moan, go on, say it. And they've gone there and they've done it so well. I can't take it away from them. And I hope that they don't. I hope they keep Crazy Cap in there because I think he's done a really, really good job. He doesn't strike me as the type of actor that will stay with that role for too long.
No. Huh?
He's completely soulless.
Yeah. Yes, he's done such a good job. And I'm like, oh, God. And in 4 episodes. But yeah, credit to him. Credit to Marvel. Fuck it. Take my money. Don't care. Marvel. They continue not to disappoint me. And this is just another example of them doing such a damn good job on this. The whole storyline, the introduction of characters, the fact that we're sat here trying to guess what's going to happen next.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. Do you know what I mean? We're not looking forward to the last episode again. We know exactly what's going to happen. I hope they don't do a really cheesy shot of Sam with the shield and the wings out going, da, 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 he's now Captain America. I hope they don't do that. Because that will pull me right the fuck out. And I hope at some point they introduce the other black heroes who have got like the Blue Marvel and all the rest of them. I think that'll be really, really cool. So at some point they can get to that. But yeah, best month of Marvel I've had so far. Yeah, and I'm enjoying it so much more than WandaVision. Not that I hate WandaVision, but I just think this has been so much more enjoyable in many ways. So I hope it continues.
It's been typical Marvel still, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's been no lasers.
That's all I want. After Snyder's smut, cut. That's what I need. Like, Snyder can't seem to get more than 5 people on the screen and tell a story. Marvel got hundreds and still managed to tell a decent story. And people are like, yeah, the Snyder Cut was really good. Was it? Really? Okay, cool. All right, winner, chicken dinner. But yeah, that was it. Sorry, that was all right. Boys, but next week's the final episode. Yeah.
The Bad Batch is afterwards, isn't it?
Say again?
The Bad Batch is afterwards.
Yeah, Bad Batch is on the 5th of May. Which
4th
is
May the 4th. Be with you.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm not. That's 2 weeks away there. 2 weeks. It's only Monday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, God. 2 weeks away. So yeah, Bad Batch is coming out. Mortal Kombat will be out, I think, by the next time we meet. I think it's coming out in the next week or 2. And I think that's it for big releases. There's nothing else I can think of. Anything else, you chaps? Anything else?
No.
Well, we've got no. Yeah. Something will happen. Marvel won't stay quiet.
Oh, are you going to watch the Nevers? That's what I meant to ask. Are you going to watch the Nevers? The Joss Whedon thing that he got kicked off. Yeah, because I think that'll be coming on to Sky TV. Yeah, at some point in the next couple of weeks, and I just renewed my Now TV subscription for $5.99 per month, as opposed to the regular $11.99. We are looking for sponsorship, so if anybody is Sky, if anybody would like to sponsor us, we'll be more than happy to take your money. Even if it's just £1. Well, no, it needs to be more than £1.
Right, so I think that's it. Unless you boys got any more gossip out there for me.
No.
I think we're done.
Fairly...
It's been a very quiet week, but I hope you were entertained by the three men who've bounty hunted the net to try and find decent stories for you in the nerdverse. We'll be back next week with some more. Hopefully, I will be here on time. Gentlemen, thanks for your patience with my travel arrangements. It's been a fantastic journey today. This was the latest edition of the Boys from Bossk. I was about to say Global Frequency. Have a nice night.
And we'll just throwing it out there, aren't you? Every week, just to try and get more people to listen to that one.
Well, of course. And we'll be back soon. This is the Boys from Bossk. Have a nice night.